Hello, I am so glad you can join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're making meatballs. I love meatballs and I wanted to make you some today. This is my daughter's favorite. I make them, put them in the freezer, and whenever she's ready and she's in the mood, she can just take some down and heat them up. So I will show you today how I make my meatballs. First, I'm going to start with 2 pounds of ground turkey. Now you can use ground beef if that's your choice, or ground pork, whatever you prefer. But today I'm using ground turkey. And these are some of the ingredients I have here that I will be adding to my turkey. So this is my turkey here. This is 2 pounds. And here I have some seasoning. Let me show you what I have. I have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Over here I have 1 teaspoon of onion powder. I have 1 teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm gonna mix this all up together and just sprinkle it over here. And that will be my seasonings in there, my ground seasoning. Here I have 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. So I will put that in here. This is 1/2 cup of Anchor cheese. You have to go all the way to Barbados to get this cheese. But this is 1/2 cup of Anchor cheese, this New Zealand cheese. I'm going to put that in here. And this is 1/2 cup of fresh parsley. I'm going to add that to that as well. And I have 2 eggs, guys. This is 2 pounds of turkey, so I'm going to use 1 egg per pound. So I'm using 2 eggs here. That's all the ingredients that is going to be going into my meatballs. So with clean hands, we're going to go in, use your hands, guys, and just mix everything up well together. Try to combine everything, all those ground seasoning that we put up in there. So I'm going to mix everything up well. So this is all done, the ground turkey. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put a cover on here and put this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. And after the 30 minutes is up, then I'll come back and I'll fry them up. So I will be back in 30 minutes. I just took the meat out of the refrigerator. So what I'm going to do now is make my balls. So I have here an ice cream scoop. So this is about the size that I'm gonna go for right here. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop these out. Okay, guys. So these are the meatballs, guys. So now that we finished putting our meatballs together, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them in our hand and we're just gonna roll them into a ball, okay? And just put it just like that. And you can make them whatever size that you want. This size is good. And you have your meatballs, guys. And to stop the meat from sticking to the palm of your hand, periodically, just wet your hands. And then you just start. That way the meat is not sticking to your hand. And you just roll your meat. And you got you see, it didn't stick to my hand, and you have your meatball. So this is what you do when your hands start to dry out. So here's your meatballs. They're all done. So now what I'm gonna do is put these in a pan. So what I'm gonna do is put these in a pan and I'll fry them up a little bit. So come over to the stove, let me show you how I do that. Alright guys, so I have my pan on here. Now in this pan, this morning for breakfast I made some bacon, and I saved the bacon fat, and this is what I have in here. And to that bacon fat I'm just gonna add maybe like 2 tablespoons of olive oil. To that I'm going to add some onions. I'm gonna add some garlic. I just put them in whole, just like that. So this oil is pretty hot already, so I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my meat to that. So let's add our meatball. So we're just gonna fry these up until they're brown on both sides. Just put them in there. And I just put the onions in there to help flavor the oil. Okay, so I'll do these first. Okay guys, so we're just gonna let them brown on both sides. Guys, so the meatballs is done, so I will take them out, put them on this tray. Oops, let's leave the onions in there. And that's your meatballs, guys. Now the onions, see this pan sticks. We're gonna reuse this. I'm gonna take these onions out of here because I don't want them to burn, because if I leave them in any longer they will burn, but I have all the flavors from them. But these we're not gonna throw away, guys. We're gonna reuse our onions, okay? We're not gonna throw them away. Not gonna throw our onions away. We're gonna reuse these. And I'm gonna finish up my other set of meatballs and I will be right back. So guys, the meatballs are all done. Here they are. See, they're very easy to make, very simple, and there are different ways for you to eat these meatballs. Now you could take these meatballs and put them in some marinara sauce. If you want to have spaghetti and meatballs, cook your spaghetti, make your marinara sauce and put the meatballs inside of your marinara sauce and boil it down, and that's one way to eat them. A second way to eat them is like a sub sandwich. Put some marinara sauce on the meatballs and put in a sub and you can have a sandwich. Just a second way. There's also barbecue meatballs. Guys, have you ever tried those? I will make them for you in another video, but I'm used to make these for my kids when they were little and they love it. It's barbecue meatballs and you do it in a crock pot, okay, the slow cooker. and the kids love it. You can just have it as a side dish. If someone invite you to a party, sometimes you think you go to one of those potlucks and you have to take a dish. These are one thing that you can take. You can put these with a barbecue sauce. That's what I do sometimes, and take them and everybody eat them on the side. Perfect. They're delicious. Another thing to do is if you make them and you are not ready to eat them, like I'm not ready to eat these, you can freeze them, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. But before we get started, I have to taste it for you to let you know how it tastes. So let's go. So let's take one of our meatballs and let's slice it. It's nice and soft on the inside. Looks good, nice and moist. And guys, nice and moist. It is good. Flavoring is just perfect. It is delicious. Guys, this is delicious. Homemade meatballs. Delicious. I hope you can make some for yourself. But let me show you how I am going to freeze them. I have a pan here. I put some plastic wrap on here. And what I will do is take the meatballs and put each individual meatballs in the freezer, guys. So I have the individual meatballs here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some wrap over this. I'm gonna put this in the freezer. When it gets hard, then I'm gonna take them out and put them into a Ziploc bag, and then just dip the Ziploc bag and just leave it in there, and they can stay in there for up to 4 months or whenever you're ready to use them. And every time you need some meatballs, just take a few down. Okay, so that's how I will freeze these. Guys, don't forget, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video, and comment. I love to read your comments. I had fun making these for my family, and I hope you have fun making some for your family as well. Until next time, bye-bye.